Please be seated. Ka mihi nui ki a tātou katoa. In the name of the University of Otago, I, Royden Somerville Chancellor, warmly welcome distinguished guests, members, graduates and friends of the University to this March graduation ceremony. I wish to acknowledge the Mayor of Dunedin, His Worship Aaron Hawkins, who is a proud graduate of the University. And a very warm welcome to members of the Vice-Chancellor's family, Mariah, Sarah and Elliot. I'm sure that we're all very conscious of how marvellous it is to be able to congregate in this splendid town hall after an entire year of no public graduation ceremonies. The purpose of this first ceremony in 2021 is to celebrate and formally recognise and acknowledge those who have been awarded degrees or diplomas in absentia in 2020, and also to award an honorary degree. To you who have graduated or received diplomas, thank you for choosing the University of Otago. It is New Zealand's first university, with a rich history spanning over 151 years, and a fine reputation as a prestigious world-class university. And thank you also for electing to be here in person. This allows others to share in celebrating your success, including your family and friends, and the academic and professional staff who have helped you during your studies. This is a transformative time for you, and it is a real delight for us all to share in your joy and excitement. Your success affords us great optimism and hope for the future. You are encouraged to remain engaged with those staff members who have inspired you during your time at the university, and to continue to extend your knowledge and deepen your intellect by returning to the university for further higher education. Please continue to support our university as proud alumni. I now call on Professor John Broughton to give a formal Maori speech of welcome.
He ahata mea nui o te au, mākua ki ake he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the most important thing in the world? I would say it is people, it is people, it is people. Ti hei mauri ora, behold the breath of life. Te whare wānanga o Otago, te marae kei waho tēnā koro. To this House of Learning, the University of Otago, in the Forum of the University, greetings. I ngā mate, e runga, i o tātou marae, haere koutou, haere koutou, haere koutou. We acknowledge all those who have gone before. Te hunga ora, tēnā koutou. Kei te tua hau ki te mihi whakatau ki a koutou mo te whare wānanga o Otago ki te reo o ngā runanga o Ngaitahu o tēnei rohe, ko Otago, ko Huirapa, ko Moeraki. I stand to greet you today on behalf of the University of Otago with the voice of the Ngaitahu people of this place, the people of Otago, Huirapa and Moeraki. Whakatau mai, whakatau mai, whakatau mai rā. E te kanohi o te whare wānanga o Otago, Chancellor, tēnā koe. E te Tumuaki Tuarua, Pro-Chancellor, tēnā koe. E te Tumuaki Vice-Chancellor, Professor Harleen Haynes, tēnā koe. Ka nui te mihi ki a koe mō tō tohu Honorary I tēnei rā. A special greetings to you, Professor Haynes, for your esteemed honour today. Kia ora. E te rangatira o Ōtepoti, Your Worship the Mayor, tēnā koe. E ngā mema o te kaunihera te whare wānanga o Otago, members of the University Council, tēnā koutou, ngā manukura deans, ngā ahorangi professors, ngā huamahi colleagues, tēnā koutou katoa. E ngā manuhiri tuarangi kua tai mai nei ki tēnei hui whakamana pōtai, hara mai, no mai. And to the many visitors and friends who have come for this acknowledgement ceremony for our 2020 graduates, and diplomats, welcome to you all. E ngā iwi o ngā haue whā, to those from the four winds, nor te tai Tokoro from the north, nor te tai Rāwhiti from the east, nor te tai Haruru from the west, and nor te tai Tongahoki from here in the south, hara mai, no mai, welcome. Ngā waka o te motu, ngā whānau, ngā hapu, ngā iwi katoa, tēnā koutou. I ngā tangata katoa no te moana nui a Kiwa, and to the people from across the Pacific, ta alofa lava, ma loilelei, nisambula vanaka, kia orana, I orana, aloha. I ngā whakatipuranga hau o Paitahi ka nui ngā mihi mō koutou katoa, and to you, our new generation of graduates and diplomats, greetings to you. Our korowai whero and to our PhD graduates, tēnā hoki koutou. I ngā Paitahi katoa kua huhu mai nei I tēnei rā mō tēnei whiwhi tohu mātaranga, te rā nui mō koutou me tō whānau hoki. So greetings to you gathered here today for this graduation acknowledgement ceremony, a special day for you and your families. Through your own hard work and achievements, you have created new opportunities, horizons and choices as you proceed from here to engage in your chosen career paths, vocations and professions. And to the many friends and families who are gathered here today, you have sent your young people to us as students, whose lives are forever enriched by this truly great, this wonderful and unique experience that is forever Otago! Yes. And so today we proudly and formally present them back to you as their graduates and diplomats on this special acknowledgement ceremony of Te Whare Wānanga o Otago, the University of Otago. Nō reira, inga mana, inga reo raura na ki tira mā, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa, kia ora.
Thank you, Professor Broughton. The first verse of the New Zealand national anthem will now be sung, first in Maori and then in English. The words are printed inside the back cover of the graduation booklet. Please stand. Please be seated. I call on the public orator to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
There are aspects of our university life that have deep historical roots. One of these old and cherished traditions is the granting of honorary degrees. For centuries, universities like Otago have preserved the right to grant honorary degrees for one important reason. It is the single ceremony that allows the university to most clearly state the values and ideals it wants to uphold as an institution. It allows us to recognise an outstanding individual who has displayed professional endeavour, compassionate action, intellectual innovation and reflection, and courageous leadership. Today we honour our outgoing Vice-Chancellor, Professor Harleen Hayne, as someone who has lived up to the very highest values we aspire to as an institution. Every Vice-Chancellorship is shaped by two things: the character of the individual who holds that office and the uncontrollable nature of the particular moment in history that they encounter. When Professor Hayne was appointed Vice-Chancellor of the University of Otago in 2011, she had already had a career marked by outstanding achievement and leadership. Her national contribution was recognised by being made an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit in 2009 for services to research. A celebrated scholar, head of the Department of Psychology, then a Deputy Vice-Chancellor, she was a popular choice to take the next step, and in doing so, also happened to become Otago's first female Vice-Chancellor. Professor Hayne took up the position at an especially challenging moment in our collective history. Her first challenge was the Christchurch earthquake. By mid-2011, the sheer breadth of the necessary recovery effort was becoming apparent, including for our own campus, staff and students in Christchurch. She reflected on taking up the role of Vice-Chancellor in the following way. Beginning a big leadership role in a crisis enabled me to see exactly what this institution is capable of. That the people, the staff, the students were incredibly strong and resilient, and that we could deal with it. The Christchurch earthquake was only the first of a series of crises and challenges that defined the decade of her leadership, including a demographic downturn in the number of school leavers, the lagging effects of the global financial crisis, and difficult government funding decisions. On campus, other challenges emerged, including the theft of exam papers, a shooting threat, serious injury or even loss of student lives, often in deeply distressing circumstances, then the terrible events of the mosque attacks, and more recently, the bomb threats that shut down graduation ceremonies in 2020. In the words of one university leader, it's hard to imagine a similar period of such relentless challenges for the university at any time since World War II. Given her own assessment of our moments of crisis revealed the strengths and weaknesses of the university as an institution, this unprecedented decade of trial confirmed something else. It revealed that we've been blessed with a remarkable leader. The Vice-Chancellor has been the architect, encourager, and executor of a profound demonstration of the capacity of a university to respond, to be resilient, to recover, and to compassionately and intelligently lead in the face of crisis. If the Vice-Chancellor has been an outstanding leader in times of crisis, there is another dimension to her leadership that must also be recognised and celebrated. Professor Hayne has engineered a transformation in the way this university engages with and supports students. Other university leaders describe this as the Hayne Doctrine, that students must be at the centre of the actions, concern and care of university management. This approach was strongly informed by her own research into adolescence and risk-taking, her experiences as a very student-focused teacher, and as the parent of two remarkable daughters who grew up in the campus environment. Throughout her career, she has been a champion of the university as a living community for staff and their families. Then, as Vice-Chancellor, she made a powerful commitment to the idea that our students needed to be drawn into a deeper community of campus life and co-responsibility. When asked about what she considers her most important achievement as Vice-Chancellor, she picks out one particularly telling moment: the tragic death of Sophia Cristani and the eventual signing of the Sophia Charter, which represents the culmination of a community-based approach to student well-being. The Charter only became possible because of the previous 9 years of engagement and relationship building by this Vice-Chancellor with OUSA, the North Dunedin community, police, emergency responders, and the City Council. It stands as a poignant legacy to the life of one talented young student. but it is also a potent signifier of the Hayne doctrine, that the central concern of university life must be healthy, happy, high-achieving students. As she leaves us, the fruits of her leadership are becoming abundantly clear. We are currently experiencing an upsurge in student enrolments. The university has arrived in 2021 in the strongest financial position of any university in Australasia. And the university's reputation as an intellectual leader has been hugely enhanced. All this happened in the midst of the COVID pandemic because under Professor Hayne's direction, the university has found its strengths rather than its weaknesses when responding to a crisis. Professor Harleen Hayne has led us through a tumultuous decade in our history. In it, she helped reveal us to be a university with huge resilience and a very promising future as a student-centred institution. But she also revealed herself to be a remarkable leader, fiercely intelligent, hugely energetic, and at heart someone who deeply cares about this university and everyone who is part of its community. She has changed the way in which we think about what is possible in a university leader and created new pathways for others to follow. But above all, she has broadened the way in which we think and act as a community. In recognition of all that she has done for us, we honour her now. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Harleen Hayne.
Hoping to go on for a while. By the authority of the University of Otago, I, Royden John Somerville, Chancellor, confer upon you, Harleen Hayne, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Hayne. That is just wonderful and so well deserved. Now, if you would like to put that on, just wait till I get your degree. Now, if you could turn around, please. By the authority of the University of Otago, I, Royden John Somerville, Chancellor, will now acknowledge those who have had degrees conferred and diplomas awarded in 2020. They will be introduced by the Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellors and Deans concerned. The Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present the graduates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, James Dean Bergen. Benjamin Timothy Hudson.
Congratulations, Dr. All the very best.
Olawo Toine Alasimbo Kolawalowe.
Congratulations, Dr.
Shaline Shajij Kumar. Reese Warren Livingstone. Chiara Masachesi. Andre Paluda. Sebastian Johann Shore Pottinger. Niranjan Ramesh. Murray Tannock. Gautami Vangala. Melandri Vlok. Chloe Elizabeth Jean Wall. Shangwang Zhang. Li Zhu. Chancellor, I have the honor to present a graduate in the degree of Doctor of Clinical Dentistry, Finn Gordon Gilroy.
From now on, graduates will be crossing the stage mainly in groups of 3. Please delay your applause until after the last name in each group of 3 has been announced. Thank you. The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Humanities.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours and the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Peter Etienne de Villiers. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours and the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science, Catherine Alexandra Spencer. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Performing Arts, Megan Rachel Ko'olina Goodwin. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Helena Finlayson Hood, Y. Sally Go.
Congratulations, you did a great job. Thank you very much for coming.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Briley Philippa McGowan, Harry Edwin Mohammed Stewart.
Congratulations, and thanks very much for coming today.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Adam Kenneth McLaren Curry, Isabella Joy Evans.
Congratulations, Adam. All the really good. And thanks for coming along
Amber Page Gorry, Harrison David Kennedy, Neve Maria O'Donnell. Miron Jivika Peris, Frank James Lewis Stone, Holly Catherine Toucher. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Planning and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Emma Jane Turner. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Politics, William Patrick Dreyer. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Chaplaincy, Lance Evan Lucan.
The Dean of the College of Education.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present graduates in the degree of Masters of Teaching and Learning. Victoria Rose Kurtovich, Charles Moifili Matthews. Chancellor, I have the honor to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Teaching. Summer Lauren Barker, Lisharna Ann Brian Patterson, Catherine Ann Monica Calder. Samantha Jane Calvert, Emily Rose Flett, Hannah Louise McDonald. Caitlin Louisa Quinn, Georgette Amelia Smith, Alice Ruth Thompson. Congratulations on all the best. Congratulations. Good luck with it all. Briley Jennifer Tyneman Bell, Christopher Bryden Wedderburn. Congratulations on all the very best. Congratulations and good luck.
The Dean of the Faculty of Law.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours in the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Joseph Alexander Corbett.
Congratulations and good luck with everything.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Caitlin Rose Borich, Eleanor Jane Greenwood, Brooke Alexandra Linsky.
Congratulations. Good job. Well done. Congratulations and all the very best.
Emily Rose Mathias, Emily Jean Mills, Erin Takaha Tamau.
Congratulations and all the best.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Rosanna Lynn Ginty, Ashley Eileen Neal. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Matthew Horace Kerr.
Thank you, Dean. The Pro-Vice Chancellor, Division of Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Master of Science, Christopher Michael Atwood, Anna Claire Laurel Barker, Judy Ann Munoz Cocades.
Congratulations, all of you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Zoe Lunas and Brittany Sarah White.
Congratulations, all the very best.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Science with honours and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Sundishi Piyomika Kathriachi and Samuel David Lawrence van der Weerde.
Congratulations, well done. Congratulations.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Science with honours, Samuel Arthur Atkinson Gifkins, Laura Megan Keeley, Michaela Erasmia Morgan.
Congratulations, and well done. Congratulations, all the very best.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Science and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Alice Kate Iverill, Lachlan Bowie Chambers, Christy Zan Wright Fowler. Imani Suzanne Kerr and Natalie Jean Merrill. William Robert Methvin and Stephanie Juliet Elizabeth Walker.
Congratulations, all the very best. And thanks for coming.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Science and for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Science, James Douglas Logie. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Science and for the award of the Diploma for Graduates, Christiana Jane Dyke. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Science, Tehani Atagala Aberatna and Jessica Lee James Bron. Callan Anthony Kahn, April K. Carter, Nicole Grace Chalmers. Pick Ki Chan, Jack Samuel John Gordon, Claire Gorman. Demeleti Jordania Javier, Joshua Trevor Reginald Highstead, Jack Sydney Duncan Holden. Robert Daniel Holly, John Edward Howard, Stephen Kieran Joe. Nurain Nabila Binti Khairul Noraman and Jack Lee Barner Mattison. Olivia Jane MacArthur, Ryan McGough, Olivia Kate Taylor McLeod. Megan Teresa Christina Miller and Miro. Chiwei Pan and Maria Araha Scott. Finn Joseph Gourlay Shaw, William Hamish Shedden, Louisa Grace Sheriff Eade. Catriona Mary Smith and Damien Yofi Su. De Niro Senatanari Taufing'a, Jaraz Francis Lee Wairia, Stephanie Marie Wilson. Natasha Christina Windmeyer, Jonty Mark Wispinski, Jordan Kelsey Woodward. Wing C. Flora Yip and Cece Zing. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Master of Applied Science, Tarun Prakash Perumal, Tira Rory Phillipson Puna, Marco Zilioli. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Cassidy Alyssa Woodhouse. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Poppy Jade Dickerson, Ashley Meg Heafy, Natalie Ching Jim. Molly Bethan Martin, Ashlyn Kate Reid, and Elizabeth Katharina Van Hugten.
The Dean of the Faculty of Law.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Catherine Greenberg, Candy Yu.
The Dean of the School of Surveying.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Surveying, Ken Kin Kyung Lee.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Commerce.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and for the award of the Diploma for Graduates. Hayley Jan Cook, Tyler Jane Quaid. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Taylor Rose Barrow, Daniel Paul Bailey, and Lauren Caitlin Bennett. Renee Olivia Bond, Christianus Jacobus Bronswick, and Cameron James Brown. Timothy Joseph Burke, Timothy Ralph Anderson Chafee, and Benjamin Jack Clark. Samuel Richard Clark, Amelia Kate Cross, and Caleb Ian Dello. Catherine Maria Fell, Adam Nicholas Font, and Georgia Louise Freeman. Chun Hong Philip Guo, Shana Gordon, and Alexander Ryan Groudon. Olivia Helen Hall, Romy Maria Rose Hay, and Courtney Page Holden. James Whitley Johnson, Claudia Therese LaHood, and Harry Zinzan McGill. Holly Neve McLeod, Olivia Kate Margaret McLeod, and Rose Sarah McLeod. Katrina Georgia Pipe and Stefan Yesha Prince. Oliver George Ralston, Emma Louise Ryder, and Olivia Louise Sandland. Zoe Alexa Kate Smith, Jordan Mark James Stewart, and Henry John Syme. Ethan Joshua Sheslav Tomashik and Vimal Velu. Wante Hazira Binti Wan Romsey, Claudia Nina Williams, and Koperi Charlotte Williams. Felix Edward Lou Wilson, Maxim Peter Lou Wilson, and Alice Gazella Winter. Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Master of Business Administration, Stefan Michael Hartel, Tess Lindsay Kelly, and Jamie Nicole Stodler. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Marketing, Zoe Olivia MacDonald-Mayer. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Sustainable Business, Olivia Jane Hamilton Bonifant.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Health Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Master of Health Sciences, Celine Elizabeth Frost and Jan Elizabeth Spence. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences, Robin K. Fayer.
The Dean of the School of Biomedical Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Biomedical Sciences with honours, Achel Marie Radala Arbalos, Francesca Ruby Hills, and Lucas Mackenzie Hinton.
Congratulations. Great job. Congratulations and good luck.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Biomedical Sciences, Chelsea Grace Brewer, Danian Z. Jen Lowe, Corbin James Reeve, Shawnee Brianna Shemansky.
Congratulations to all the very best. The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Health Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Medical Laboratory Science, Izuri Umea Hapu Arachi. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Radiation Therapy, Jenna Mary Barrett.
The Dean of the Otago Medical School.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Charlotte Beatrice Bell, Shun Fang Swain Chan, Oliver Dugenya.
Congratulations. Well done. You're extraordinary. All the best.
Catherine Ellen Fox Fraser, Katie Moana Hum. Niraj Rakesh Khatri, Trent Alan Larson, Rachel Emma Stephen. Chancellor, I have the honor to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Medical Science, Mohini Puri. Chancellor, I have the honor to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Medical Sciences with honors and the degrees of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, Annie Jane Stevenson.
The Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Dental Surgery, Joel Joe Long Dong. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Oral Health, Kerry Ann Carruthers.
The Dean of the School of Pharmacy.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy. Terry Olivia Gray, Kwan Ho Leung. Angela Grace McEwen, Caius Neal.
The Dean of the School of Physiotherapy.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Master of Physiotherapy, Yashika A.J. Sharma.
Congratulations. Lots of hands out there. All the very best.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present graduates in the degree of Bachelor of Physiotherapy, Amy Louise Gilmore, Jackie Insur Sir Sick, Isabella Sarah Young.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Humanities.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science and for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Arts subjects, Dominic James Houlihan.
Congratulations to all of you. Good on you.
Congratulations. Well done.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Health Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a diplomat for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Health Sciences, Chelsea Isabella Brown, Amanda Jane Scott Price, Sujata Ra.
Congratulations, you can leave your thank you on. Congratulations.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present a diplomat for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Public Health, Chanarath Sreng. Chancellor, I have the honour to present a diplomat for the award of the Diploma for Graduates, Luis Gabriel Orozco Rojas.
Congratulations. We've got some supporters out there. At this point in our ceremony, you'll note that there is to be a musical performance. There has been a late change to the original performers listed in your program. This change will surprise and delight our Vice-Chancellor as we welcome a University of Otago alumnus who is currently in New Zealand from his London home to visit family and to perform around the country. He is one of the most highly regarded New Zealand classical singers of the new generation. Born in Dunedin, he graduated with a Bachelor of Laws degree in 1999, with cross-credited papers in various areas of music. After graduating from the Royal College of Music in London, he has enjoyed a distinguished international singing career. He is currently Professor of Vocal Studies at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. He is accompanied by Terence Dennis, Blair Professor of Music at the University of Otago, who has long been regarded as one of the country's most celebrated musicians. Of particular note, he has performed in around 50 concerts across the world accompanying soprano Dame Keri Te Kanua, including 2 royal recitals. In 2019, his CD Distant Beloved with tenor Simon O'Neill won the New Zealand Music Awards Classical. It is with great pleasure that I invite bass baritone Jonathan Lamalu and Professor Terence Dennis to perform 2 old American songs arranged by Aaron Copeland, At the River and Zion's Walls. Please welcome our performers.
Feet have trod, with its crystal tide forever flowing by the throne of God. Yes, we'll gather by the the beautiful river, gather with the saints by the river that flows by the throne of God. Shining river, soon our pilgrimage will cease. Soon graduates we'll gather by the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints by the river that flows by the throne of God, that flows by the throne of God. And mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come, join us in singing the praises of Zion, the praises of Zion. Oh, fathers, don't you feel determined to meet within the walls of Zion? We'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round the walls of Zion. The walls of Zion. Come, fathers and mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come, join us in singing the praises of Zion. Mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come, join us in singing the praises of Zion. Oh, fathers, don't you feel determined to meet within the walls of Zion? We'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round the walls of Zion, the walls of Zion, the walls of Zion. Jonathan, I want to extend to you our grateful thanks for your performance today. I also want to thank you for performing at our sesquicentennial celebrations at Parliament House in London in 2019. It was, same as today, a wonderful performance. And the Vice-Chancellor and I had the privilege of being present in London as today. So would you thank Jonathan and Terence once again for those magnificent performances. It now gives me great pleasure to invite our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Harlene Hayne, to deliver her valedictory graduation address.
Enga mana, enga reo, ro rakatira ma, tēnā koutou katoa. Nō reira, ko waio, ko Harlene Hayne, taka wingawa, Ko te tumuaki o te whare wanaka o Otago aho. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou, nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Talofa lava, kia ora nau, malo alele, nisa bula, and very warm Pacific greetings. Kia ora, kaya, and good day. Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, members of the University Council, academic and professional staff, family, friends, and whānau, and most importantly, our graduates. I am truly humbled by the award of this honorary degree today, and I am incredibly privileged that I've been given the opportunity to share some words with you on this very special day for all of us. Now, I'm going to begin my remarks today with a bit of a confession. As many of my colleagues know, I am a chronic weeper. I cry not only at weddings and funerals, but I also cry during the singing of the national anthem or when I happen to stumble across the University of Otago commercial on television. I cry not only when I am sad or happy, but when I am grateful, proud, or moved in some way. Now, some of you might think that my tearful disposition is a product of my gender, but I'm not entirely sure that that's the case. I come from a long line of weepers. Both my father and my brother have never been ashamed to cry. Our family has always believed that tears are good for the soul, that they signal to others that what is happening is important in some way. Now, I'm going to do my very best to hold myself together during this speech. But given how important today is for all of us, I make no promises that it won't all end in a puddle. So if that happens, please bear with me. Over the last 10 years, I have had the pleasure of attending well over 100 of these graduation ceremonies. In preparation for each ceremony, it was my job as the Vice Chancellor to select the guest speaker. In my written instructions to those speakers, I always told them that they should aim to speak for no more than 10 minutes and that they should leave graduates with a message that would stick with them for a lifetime. Now that I'm standing on this podium, I think I owe more than 100 graduation speakers a huge apology. It is impossible for anyone to say anything to you right now that will stick with you for a lifetime. The best that any of us can do is to say something that touches your heart right now in this particular moment. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. And along the way, I will offer some very gentle advice that might be helpful as you embark on the next phase of your own life journey. My first heartfelt message goes out to the family and friends who are here today in support of our graduates. I know exactly how you feel right now. My own brilliant and beautiful daughters are in the audience today, and I clearly recall the overwhelming sense of pride that I felt when I watched them cross the stage at their graduation ceremonies. So on behalf of the University of Otago, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for entrusting your young people to us. We have done our very, very best to provide them with a world-class education. But we've also tried to support them as they've taken their final footfalls to adulthood. I certainly hope that each and every one of you here today spends some time relishing the amazing sense of pride that you feel. And I wish you the very, very best for your family celebrations after this ceremony concludes. Now, my primary heartfelt message is for our graduates. You are here today as folks who have already graduated in absentia, but who felt that this ceremony was so important that you wanted the full in-person experience. For that, I thank you, and I'm absolutely delighted to share it with you. In addition to the December security threat, many of you have had multiple graduation ceremonies canceled due to the pandemic. Over the last year, COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on New Zealand and the rest of the world. We have all felt fear and frustration. Many people have lost loved ones or their livelihood. I think we can all agree that much of 2020 was challenging, scary, and difficult. But as I've reflected on the year, I realize that the pandemic has also taught me some really valuable lessons. First, it reminded me of the importance of physical and psychological contact with the people in my life. During lockdown, I really missed seeing and spending time with my staff, my students, my friends, and my family. As children, we are all taught to hold hands and stick together when crossing the street or crossing a river. But COVID-19 reminded me that even as adults, we need to hold hands and stick together. So as you go forward on the next phase of your journey, I would strongly encourage you to hold hands and stick together. Form teams in your workplace and community. Make it your mission to find common ground with people around you. In doing so, don't be afraid to share the stories of your life with the new people that you meet. Not only the stories of joy and success, but also your stories of heartache and failure. The scars that life has left on your heart have undoubtedly made you a better and more empathetic person. Don't shy away from telling those stories to others, and make time and space for others to share their heartfelt, life-changing stories with you. The second lesson that COVID-19 taught me is that we should all count our lucky stars that we live in a country where knowledge is valued and respected. One hallmark of New Zealand's response to COVID-19 is that it has been evidence-based, and much of that evidence has been provided by academic experts here at the University of Otago. So as you go forward, don't ever be afraid to use your knowledge. You have received a world-class education here at Otago. Use it daily. Use it not only in your workplace, but also use it to solve problems in your community, your country, and the rest of the world. Going forward, teach your children and your grandchildren the value of knowledge, reminding them that knowledge is the key to overcoming prejudice and injustice of all kinds. Finally, COVID-19 taught me that I am braver and stronger than I ever imagined. I must admit that when I walked out of the clock tower on the eve of our level 4 lockdown, I was terrified. I had no idea how this university, a university that has built its reputation on an in-person collegiate experience, was ever going to survive physical separation and online learning. I was well aware that it was entirely possible that at some point during lockdown, we wouldn't be able to make payroll. But in the end, we not only survived, we thrived in the pandemic. Professional staff moved mountains so that we had what we needed to do our jobs. Pastoral care staff looked after thousands of students who remained in our care. Academic staff quickly mastered new teaching platforms and gave countless hours of extra tuition to students while they were also homeschooling their own children. And you, our students, adapted quickly to a new way of learning, and you did better in 2020 than you did in 2019. So as you go forward in your own life and your own career, take this lesson with you. Do not be afraid of life's challenges. Although we are slowly moving our way through the challenges of COVID-19, there will always be new challenges ahead. And when they come, remember, you are braver and stronger than you ever imagined. When I reflect on what I learned during the pandemic, I am struck by the parallel between my lessons and the classic children's film, The Wizard of Oz. Growing up, I loved that movie. I've probably seen it more than 20 times. As a child, I was captivated by the dramatic shift from black and white to color as Dorothy was transported from Kansas to Oz. I loved Glinda the Good Witch, and I knew all the words of a soundtrack that has withstood the test of time. As an adult, however, I have learned other things from The Wizard of Oz. That 3 things that we all seek are a warm heart, a wise brain, and the courage to face our fears. These are the things that the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion were seeking from the wizard. What they learned on their journey through Oz was that they had these things all along. For me, the value of love, wisdom, and courage has been underscored by our experience with COVID-19. In order to survive and to thrive, we all needed a warm heart, a wise brain, and the courage to face our fears. I also learned that what I was looking for down my own yellow brick road was right there in front of me all along. But the other fundamental message of The Wizard of Oz is also not lost on me today. With a click of her ruby red slippers, Dorothy reminded all of us, there's no place like home. As you have heard today, I have literally spent half of my life here at the University of Otago. Otago is my home. But like many of you, I am about to embark on a brand new and somewhat scary journey, far, far, far away from home. But as I go, I will take with me all of the important lessons that I have learned at this fine university. In closing, as all of us prepare for the next phase in our life's journey, I know that we will continue to need warm hearts, wise brains, and the courage to face our fears. No matter where we go next, we should also remember, just as Dorothy taught us, there's no place like home. I wish you all the very best for a heart-filled, wise, and courageous future, and please know that, like me, you will always have a home here at the University of Otago. He waka eka noa, kia kaha, no reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor, for your gracious, insightful, and heartfelt graduation address. Thank you for being part of our university community for over 29 years. You have demonstrated a constant passion for and dedication to the university, and that has been reflected in your lengthy service as an outstanding scholar, teacher, researcher, head of department, deputy vice-chancellor, and vice-chancellor. Congratulations on being awarded the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. I appreciate that it's your first degree from the University of Otago, but it is most appropriate that you should receive the highest degree that the university is able to confer. On behalf of the University of Otago, I extend to you very best wishes for your position as Vice-Chancellor of Curtin University in Perth, Western Australia. We look forward to your visits back to Dunedin, to see your family, and to continue with your Marsden-funded research and to supervise your graduate students here at Otago. Would you please join me once again in thanking Professor Harleen Hain for her graduation address. On behalf of the University Council, I thank you again for sharing in this celebration, particularly those of you who have travelled long distances to be here, and I wish you a safe journey home. I wish to thank the Vice-Chancellor and our academic and professional staff at all of the university's campuses throughout New Zealand for their outstanding contribution to ensuring our students benefit from the emancipatory power of an excellent university education. Thank you also to our staff for their tireless work during the COVID-19 pandemic, ensuring that the university continues to maintain its teaching, research and outreach programs. The Council is very conscious of the empathetic and collegial way that all staff on our campuses throughout the country have supported our students and their colleagues during the alert levels. Staff members with a wide range and depth of expertise across the divisions of humanities, sciences, health sciences and commerce have contributed significantly to the development, implementation and communication of the government's pandemic response strategy. They have continued to actively engage in the public space, proffering informed, critical and respectful evaluations of the options available to address the challenges for our health and livelihoods. It is clear that the best traditions and values of the university, informed by the imperative of its motto, Sapere Aude, dare to be wise, are being honoured. I also wish to thank most sincerely the university team responsible for organising our graduation ceremonies. I realise the late cancellations of ceremonies last year meant that you had to adjust your planning often at short notice. Thank you to Sonia Stewart and to all the team for your sterling work. I invite you all now to join me in expressing our appreciation to our extraordinary staff. To you who have graduated or received diplomas, I offer the congratulations of the university on your new status, and I welcome you to its full and permanent membership. I charge you by the common bond that now unites us, henceforth to cherish the good name and the reputation of the university, and to strive for the advancement of knowledge and the extension of understanding. I trust that in your different vocations, your lives may be fruitful of good to yourselves and to those among whom you live. The academic anthem, Gaudeamus, will now be sung. The words are printed inside the back cover of the graduation booklet. Please stand for the anthem and remain standing as the academic procession retires. Good.